fifth DLC. But because when they were planning these DLCs, I don't know if they knew that they were going to have another fighter pack.
Yeah.
I don't know if they knew there was going to be a sixth
I'm sure
10th DLC.
The first 5 were predetermined.
That's what I mean,
Yeah.
So I don't know if they... well, I mean, they could also just save that fifth one for the next DLC pack. They could have just moved it out of the way for a Pokemon.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool if they did another Pokemon trainer with all Gen 8 Pokemon. I know AJ would be very excited about that. But I don't know. This is possible, and there's a lot of like the Venn diagrams overlapping here where this could happen. But I think people would be upset if it's not something completely out of left field.
Yeah.
But it's possible. Also possible. Detective Pikachu for the Switch. We need a date on it. We know it's coming for the Switch.
Yes.
Where's the date? So I'd put a lot of money on that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Another rumor, it's kind of just people speculating. Pokemon Let's Go Gold and Silver. I don't know. Think that's going to happen because, I mean, Nintendo lies all the time, but the Pokemon company themselves said that there were no plans to do anything with the Let's Go series outside of Pikachu and Eevee.
Yeah.
And I believe them because Pikachu and that's such an easily marketable thing. Pikachu's the most popular Pokemon.
Yeah.
And the original games, there's a lot of nostalgic value there. And there's a nostalgic value in Gold and Silver, but not as much.
No, yeah, nowhere near as level as the original.
So I think it's possible. I mean, they sold really well, but to come out this quickly, I don't think so. There's also ultra, like the ultra versions of Sword and Shield, or like, you know, like the Pokemon Gun. I don't know about that either.
No, it's too soon for it. I mean, Pokemon Gun, they'll probably announce at E3.
If they even, I don't even know if they will, because this game is much bigger than the other games that they've made, where they've made a third version or the Ultra versions.
Yeah, true. I mean, for this, it might just be DLC, like an expansion pack or whatever.
I'm kind of hoping for some Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC. I think that'd be awesome. Yeah. I just don't know if that's their shtick, you know? I mean, this is an entirely new, like, field
DLC was never...
the Pokemon company.
DLC was never like Zelda shtick, and that we got DLC. Mario Kart got a lot of DLC. True. Odyssey got DLC, and Nintendo games are getting DLC now, and a lot of it in a substantial amount. So for Pokemon to come in and start doing DLC is like very easy to see, you know?
You're right. Nintendo and Pokemon like to do crazy stuff that we've never heard of before. So like speculating on it's very hard. We can only look through the past and see what they've done before and try to, that's how we guess. Like how we guess how there's going to be a freaking Direct in January. But you never know. You never know with Nintendo or Pokemon. But that's it. That's all. That's the only things I could speculate about the Pokemon Direct. By the time you're listening to this, it probably already happened.
And we're completely wrong. And
at least 2 of those have to be right.
Yeah. What's the next game that needs to get remade? Diamond and Pearl?
Yes, I think
so.
AJ? I think it is Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, so they'll probably announce...
We got Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, so they'll probably announce Blood Diamond and Evil Pearl or whatever. I don't know.
What's the equivalent of Blood Diamond to Pearl?
Black Pearl?
Racist? You're racist?
I don't know.
Oh, Joe Ayert says Pokemon Snap recaptured. That was another thing I saw people were speculating. I think Pokemon Snaps. I think you got Pokemon Go, and that's the closest you're ever going to get to another Pokemon Snap.
I mean, if they did do Pokemon Snap again, that would be fun. And I know a lot of people who get it, but...
That needs to be a VR game.
It needs to be a VR game, and then you need to be able to export the pictures to your computer as JPEG files.
Or your phone.
A
guy named Five says Pokemon Snap wasn't that good. I agree.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was just...
It wasn't a game.
It was fun the first time you play through the game, but the problem is the game's so short and there's not a lot to do, that the more you just play it, like it becomes boring real fast. Like the novelty wears off real fast.
I had a lot of fun with that game when it came out, and I had a lot of fun going to Blockbuster and printing out the pictures on a little sticker.
Yeah.
You know, we had an opportunity to buy one of those machines.
Us personally?
Yeah, the Play and Trade in Huntington closed and had one of those machines and was selling it.
I knew Long Island Retro... no, what the hell is it called? Video Game Trading Post, the greatest retro video game store on Long Island, where we filmed season 3 of the backlog. They were going to buy it.
Oh.
But they said that to buy it and maintain it was one thing. Getting the paper for it was a problem.
Yeah, because you just can't anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been sick to have one of those giant machines.
Yeah.
It'd kind of be useless if you didn't have the paper.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that game was fun. It just wasn't really a game. And there's, I mean, now there's, it just in hindsight, it's just, I got a virus on my computer. In hindsight, it's just a freaking point and click.
Yeah.
You know, and you just point randomly until things happen, or you look up a guide. It's one of those games.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for Pokemon. We'll get into the new Nintendo Switch stuff. But first, we got a super chat from Dark Type Gaming with $2 who says, "Hey, Will, thoughts on the new Harley Quinn show?" I only saw clips of it.
I haven't seen much of it, but from what I've seen, it is surprisingly very funny. I enjoy the performances. I enjoy the humor. It's very South Park.
Yeah, it's like mature.
Yeah, it's probably the most mature thing they have. Well, no, that's not true. Titans is pretty mature.
But it's like trying. It's like it feels like a Suda 51 situation where they just curse for the sake of cursing.
Yeah, no, Harley Quinn is definitely more like in the realm of like South Park and things like that. I mean, DC Universe, you know, for all its flaws and stuff, they have a surprisingly good amount of original content. I mean, a lot of it looks cheap and on a budget, but you know, it's good stuff. It's just a shame that it's probably going to fold when HBO Max comes out.
What do you mean?
Because they've already said that a lot of that stuff is going to also be on HBO Max. Ooh. Like Doom Patrol Season 2, Stargirl, I think one other show.
Is that stuff on HBO, the channel?
Well, because HBO and DC are both owned by Warner Brothers, which are both owned by AT&T.
Oh, they should just merge that stuff.
AT&T is creating HBO Max to try to consolidate. So, you know, it's their Disney Plus killer or whatever.
Yeah, they should just consolidate that. That makes a lot of sense. You don't need a whole app for DC stuff.
I mean, DC Universe is very, like, niche and fan-centric. Like, if you're just into DC content, it is the perfect app for you because it has comics and shows and movies and, you know, special giveaways and, you know, social media functionality and things like that. But the problem is it is very niche and it is very specific, you know? So I don't see how they can maintain it at their current rate, you know, if the subscriber base is not going to be anywhere near as what HBO Max is probably going to be.
We also got $2 from George McFarlane who says, "Are you guys friends with Arlo?" No. However, we met him at Too Many Games.
Yeah, did we meet him?
We did. I don't know who he was though.
Yeah, exactly.
He wasn't the puppet. It was the guy, and I don't know which one was him.
Yeah. I remember. Like,
I don't know his actual name, and I don't know which one of the people we were with was actually Arlo, but I know that he was there.
And we were looking at him, and we're like, "Is that Arlo? Nah, that can't be Arlo."
Yeah,
that might have been Arlo. No, it wasn't Arlo. That was Arlo. No, that wasn't Arlo. I think
it was, but there was like 3 or 4 people that weren't YouTubers or were Arlo.
Yeah.
Like weren't recognizable, but we know Arlo was in the group that we were with.
Yeah. So this year, if we do Too Many Games again, we just got to be like, "Hey, are you friggin' Arlo?"
But I also don't want to out him.
Yeah.
You know, like if he wants to remain anonymous, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with just hanging out with a dude. It doesn't need to be Arlo,
Yeah.
Anyway.
We also have 2 more loonies from Adrian.
I
got Horses in the Back. That is a reference to Old Town Road by Little Nas X. Because I know trivia.
And we got Lizdrin
with
23 months on Twitch, almost enough to get the gold wolf logo next to his name on Twitch. Did you know that? If you get 2 years of continued support on Twitch, you get a little gold thingy next to your name. Anyway,
I know that now.
He says, I'm using tilt controls. I get it.
I don't.
You don't get it? It's a Mario Kart.
Oh.
I'm using tilt controls. Hey, now we can finally talk about the title of the whole show.
Yeah, great.
There's a new
what is this
Nintendo
again?
Switch model coming out in 2020, Will. Bet you never thought of that happening.
Oh, here we go again.
This is according to Polygon, who distilled information from DigiTimes. I read the DigiTimes article. It's not well written. So we're going to read the Polygon one.
Okay.
Nintendo is reportedly working on an updated Nintendo Switch model to be released sometime in 2020, according to Taiwanese electronics newspaper DigiTimes. Oh, that's why it's Taiwanese. I didn't know that. DigiTimes reported the new Nintendo Switch model will be released in mid-2020, with production beginning at the end of first quarter 2020, which is sometime around March, which is just production beginning. Okay, that makes sense. We're not seeing this thing.
Yeah.
Then why would we see... Yeah, I guess holiday 2020. Anyway, the news lines up with a previous report from Wall Street Journal technology reporter Takashi Mochizuki. Mochizuki reported in August that Nintendo has ideas for further updates to the Switch lineup after those 2 models to make the platform's lifecycle long. According to the DigiTimes report, Nintendo intends to release the new Switch model with a magnesium alloy body and an update to the CPU. Mochizuki's August report outlined Nintendo's intentions to release 2 new Nintendo Switch models: the updated Nintendo Switch with a better battery and the handheld-only Nintendo Switch Lite, which were released in August and September, respectively. So, he got that right. So he at least has some...
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about, at least.
Mm-hmm.
There's no concrete information regarding the potential upcoming model, but some are predicting Nintendo's next console is a Switch Pro device. You love hearing that. Dr. Serkan Toto, CEO of game industry consultancy Kantan Games, told GameIndustry.biz there's no doubt in his mind that Nintendo will launch a Switch Pro in 2020, specifically after the summer holidays, to counter the rollout of the PS5 and next-gen Xbox later in the year. Oh, that's an interesting point. Toto suggests a retail price of $400, $399, with 4K support, bigger sizes, and of course, beefed up components.
Well, how much does the Switch cost now? $300?
$300.
Yeah, so an extra $100 for 4K makes sense.
Others are skeptical, however. IHS market technology analyst Piers Harding Rolls told that's some name told GameIndustry.biz that the likelihood of a Switch Pro device, quote, has significantly diminished since the launch of an improved flagship Switch and the Switch Lite. He also believes 2020 will be Nintendo's best year for Switch hardware sales since its launch. Nintendo of America spokesperson told Polygon it, quote, has nothing to announce at this time, of course. The original Nintendo Switch was released we already know. We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
So it seems like from these industry insiders, there's 2 completely different branching speculations of this.
Yeah. Either we're getting it or we're not.
Right. I think 4K support is weird. I don't think that's happening. That's bizarre.
Why do you think it's bizarre?
Because that's very... I mean, Nintendo, again, you can't predict Nintendo. They do crazy things. But that's very un-Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't compete directly with these other consoles. So the fact that they're releasing new consoles, I feel like Nintendo they don't need to release something to directly... Yeah. It's not like this holiday season, moms are going to be like, should I get my kid an Xbox or a PlayStation or this new Nintendo, like a new Nintendo Switch, isn't going to sway them one way or the other.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's 4K, I mean, why you don't get a Switch to play in 4K. You get an Xbox or a PlayStation to play in 4K.
Also, too, like they just came out with the revised Switch last year, and I'd imagine they want to keep that on the market for another like 2 years at minimum before they put out like the Pro version or whatever.
Piers Harding Rolls suggested that this year would be the biggest year for the Switch hardware sales.
Yeah.
Even though he says the likelihood of them releasing a new Switch is diminishing.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they don't release a Switch this year, it could still potentially be the best year for Switch hardware sales because it's just been on the incline. And since the Switch Lite came out,
that just adds to their market share.
Exactly. And I think the second year of the Switch being out was astronomically better than the first year.
Yeah.
So this is the second year the Switch Lite's out. So it could do the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's having an alloy body is weird. That's weird to me. This whole idea is weird.
Well, it's not weird that people would think that there's going to be like a Switch Pro or whatever. I mean, because we've got like new 3DS iterations, got new DS iterations, and now Sony and Microsoft are doing it on the home console front, PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. So there's precedent for it. And now people are just wondering if Nintendo is going to follow that precedent, even though history has told us they never really do.
No, and Sony already came out and said they don't compete against Nintendo because Nintendo is great for getting gamers into the market.
Yeah.
They're a good entryway into gaming, and then when they're old enough, they can get a freaking PlayStation.
Yeah.
Or they're 30 or 32 and still play Nintendo Switch games.
Yeah.
People have been speculating there's going to be a Switch Pro coming out every year since the Switch was released.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every year they're like, the Switch Pro's happening.
Well, they also, when the Wii was out, every year they would say, this is the year we're going to get Wii HD.
Right.
And then like
that's what I mean.
Yeah, the Wii U came out like, what was it, 8 years later, and it was a completely different system.
Yeah. Well, Nintendo doesn't think in specs, you know?
Yeah.
I think if anything, I said this last year too. If anything, we're getting a new Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
That's like a slight redesign, maybe a little sleeker, and a slight performance increase. Like they say in the speculation from is it Sir Cantoto?
Yeah.
Which one of these guys? Well, no, that was the DigiTimes report. Says it's going to have an alloy body and an updated CPU. I think if it's going to be anything, an updated CPU is a given.
Yeah, I don't see them making a metal video game system.
It's possible that could be part of making the whole thing sleeker. Is just having like a metal version. But again, if I had to take a guess, I think it would be a new Nintendo Switch, a slight upgrade, maybe a little sleeker, and an upgraded CPU for better battery, just like they did with this Switch version with better battery life. It has a slightly better CPU.
Yeah.
I think they would do that. And it would play the same games, and the games will run exactly the same. Maybe they'll load slightly faster.
Right.
I don't think this is anything to worry about if you want to buy a Switch. Just buy a Switch.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, don't wait for this. Don't wait a whole year for this. If this even happens, it won't happen until like later on in the year, at least September. But probably more likely October or November. But again, this is just speculation. We don't even know for sure what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think they even need to do this. I think the Switch that they have now and the Switch Lite is enough to carry it into the new year. And
yeah, and again, you know, they're probably going to want to push the Switch that they have out already, that they just put out with the better battery life for as long as possible.
Yeah.
You know, it took like 3 years for them to put that out from when the Switch launched to last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there'll probably be another like 2 or 3 years before a Switch Pro or a new Nintendo Switch or whatever.
I think next year would be a smart idea because the other consoles will have been out already.
Yeah.
Even though they don't really compete against them.
Right.
Yeah, let them have their year. Be like, all right, you guys can release your stuff. We're still doing great. And then next year, boom, here you go. A new Nintendo Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they're starting production on this stuff in March.
Yeah.
Like they need more time. Maybe it could release next March. Then the Switch will be 5 years old? God, it's been so long. Wait, no, this year is the third year.
No, Switch came out in
2017. 2018, 2019, 2020. Yeah, this is the start of the fourth year.
Yes.
It'll be the third birthday in March. So next year will be the fourth birthday.
Yeah.
That'd be a good time to release a new revised Nintendo Switch. I think a revised dock is in order, and a lot of people think that they could just make that 4K and make the dock upscale everything.
Yeah.
Because it's USB-C and there's USB-C graphics cards, and you can do that with the processor that's in this. I don't think that's something Nintendo would do. I think that's a little too tech savvy for the old boy.
Yeah.
But I think that the dock needs to be cheaper because it's crazy expensive now for no reason.
Oh yeah.
They kind of stop. It's kind of hard to find a dock now. Last time I checked on Amazon, sellers were selling it for like $150.
It's hard to find whatchamacallit, the AC adapter on Amazon. All you see are the knockoffs.
Yeah, you're right.
And like that makes it really scary for me because I still want to buy a second adapter. I don't want to buy it on Amazon.
Look at this Nintendo Switch dock, $185 on Amazon, and this is the regular listing.
Yeah,
it's not even like a buy Nintendo. Well, no, that doesn't mean it's. I don't know who's selling this, but this is the listing when you Google it.
Yeah.
I don't think you can buy it from a Nintendo right now. You can get you can buy the AC adapter right now.
Oh yeah, because that also works on the Switch Lite.
Not from Nintendo though. Available at Amazon, Best Buy. Let's see it at Amazon. There it is. $30 from Amazon for the adapter.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the dock. No, yeah, you can't. So you can buy refurbished docks from Nintendo for $40. They don't come with an AC adapter though.
Right.
I recommend getting that if you need a dock. It's a great dock.
I'm on Best Buy's website right now, and the only dock they sell is the Insignia one.
This has a listing for Best Buy dock. They link straight to the Insignia one from the Nintendo website. That's crazy.
Oh wow,
that's crazy. I didn't know that. That's insane. Insane's maybe a little overboard. We're just talking about a Nintendo Switch dock here. But anyway, I think that it should be cheaper. I mean, they're not selling it now, so I think that like maybe they're working on something.
Maybe.
I think it needs to be cheaper. I think that it needs to be smaller. It's just way too much plastic, and there's no reason for it to be that big. Mm-hmm. I think they need to fix the power delivery situation that's going on. In it.
Definitely.
Make it actually comply with USB PD standards, so that you don't brick your Switch randomly.
Yeah.
And so that third parties can actually work on docks. And put some friggin' Bluetooth in there. It's very cheap and very small for the little Bluetooth adapter.
Yeah.
There's no reason why it can't be cheaper and have Bluetooth.
Especially in 2020.
Put an Ethernet adapter in there. Somebody else suggested that. There should be an Ethernet adapter.
Well, they never put an Ethernet adapter on anything.
That's a good point.
The Wii didn't have one. The Wii U didn't have one.
That's a good point. Maybe they won't have that.
Probably not.
But in terms of any upscaling or like a Pro dock, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think, again, just a slight upgrade in the dock. And I think I'd be fine with that. I think that'd be great. But, why should I want a portable dock? Like, just make it more portable, you know?
Yeah.
All right. So if they do make a Switch Pro or a revised Switch, they should definitely revise the dock as well.
Yeah.
And make it freaking cheaper, damn it. Underscore says Nintendo Refurb store probably has one. Yes, I purchased from them before. It is $40, and it is if you need another dock, I highly suggest that. But you would need an AC adapter also, which kind of sucks because the $90 dock comes with an AC adapter. I think.
Doesn't it also come with an HDMI cable?
I think so. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
But it's not $90 anymore. Where the hell are you going to get it for $90? Even the renewed one on Amazon right now is $110.
It's so weird that like they're not selling docks anymore.
Yeah.
Like that's a major accessory. And people do buy multiple docks.
I got to go to the Nintendo store. I might go tomorrow because I want to see if they have the docks. Because that'd be super weird if the Nintendo store doesn't have it.
Yeah.
And I also want to see if they have that Pikachu plushie where he looks like an old man. Where he's like Detective Pikachu one. I want to see if they have that. Because they have it online. I don't know. Well, at the Pokemon Center online. I don't know if they're going to have it at the store. Tux Pang says, get an M Classic if you want to upscale. I have one. A lot of my friends have been using it and like asking me questions about it. I don't like using the M Classic because I feel like people watch our videos to like get an idea of like if they want to switch or not. And even though it's just a slight performance upgrade, if you don't know, the M Classic upscales from 1080p to 1440p on the Switch, and it cleans out some of the lines and looks a little nicer. Mm-hmm. Very slight upgrade. I feel weird having that in my videos because it's like mine is going to look better than yours if you buy this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? Do you think I'm weird for thinking that?
Yes and no. I mean, I don't think it's, because it's not that big of an upgrade.
Right.
So it's not going to look dramatically different. But I also, too, I see what you're saying. You want it to look like what other people are going to experience as well.
Yeah, because like if you buy a Switch because you saw one of my videos,
yeah, and
then yours isn't 1440p or like is a little blurrier, it's like barely even.
Yeah,
but still, it's like I feel disingenuous doing that.
Yeah,
but for streams, I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what we think about the new Nintendo Switch. The verdict is, don't get your hopes up about a Pro. Again, we're saying this again. Don't get your hopes up about a Pro. But maybe we'll see something. At the very least, with a slightly better CPU.
Yeah.
Do we get super chats here?
We did get super chats.
We got Oopie Doopie with $5. Says, I think the new Switch should be called Super Nintendo Switch. I actually kind of like that a lot.
That's a great name for it.
That is a great name.
Yeah.
It would probably be called the new Nintendo Switch, but
yeah, I don't think they're going to call it the Switch Pro. I mean, because that's PlayStation branding.
I definitely don't think they're going to call it that. I would bet a lot of money.
Every time they speculate what Nintendo's going to call their system, it's always wrong. But the Super Nintendo Switch is the best name for it.
Yes. The mock-up that we have for the thumbnail right now, it won't be the thumbnail when this goes archived. That it says in the corner, Nintendo Switch Up, which would have been a good name for the Switch Lite.
Yes.
But it's not. Because everybody was like, it can't be the Switch Lite. It can't be a Switch with Joy-Cons attached because then it's not a Switch. So Switch Up would have made sense.
Yeah.
But it's not. George McFarlane with $2. Bob, the SN30 Pro was discontinued by 8-Bit Do. Get out of my face.
So I went to go confirm this. I went to go to 8-Bit Do's website.
It's right friggin' there.
And it's down.
No, I'm on their website right now.
Oh, really? Because I was just on it and it's up again. Literally, when I saw his super chat, I went to go check and there was a connection issue. But yeah, it's back. What?
I clicked the wrong thing. I thought the link to Amazon linked to the wrong thing, but no, I just clicked the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Do they have a link to Amazon?
Speaking of which, I found mine.
Oh, you lost yours?
Yeah, remember I couldn't find mine?
Oh, did you? Was it in the same spot as my Super Nintendo Switch Online controller?
No. That I don't know where it is.
Did you also find my left PlayStation sock? I lost that.
No, I can't help you there.
Place.
Cannot help you there.
They're selling it, man. Selling it brand new, unless they tweeted something. It's very dangerous to go to Twitter live on air. How about freaking? There we go. Did they say anything? 13 hours ago, they said Nintendo Switch Pro Plus for your Switch, Windows, as well as Mac OS. They tweeted about the Pro controller.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what you talk about. Cite your source.
Yeah.
And repeat it in the chat if I don't see it. We also got $1 from William Boyer. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, we're not done with Switch Pro, Will.
Yeah, because we are getting the Switch Pro this year, whether we like it or not, except it's not coming from Nintendo.
Oh, wait, hold on, pause. George McFarland with $2 said, I said SN30 Pro, not Pro Plus.
Yeah.
Smart distinction.
But they're still selling the Pro.
Oh, yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, you go on Amazon. You go to their website.
It's on their website. Maybe the original version, which they discontinued a long time ago, probably because of copyright issues. Did you hold yours up again? Because that just looks way too similar to it.
Yeah, this is exactly it.
Super Nintendo controller.
Yeah, the one they have right now, it's the buttons are one shade of purple, the lighter shade, and this like gray around it is gone. Yeah. Also, the start and select is horizontal. It's not slanted.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
Unless they tweeted something that I missed.
I don't know.
I like the wired version. The wired version's cool because it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And I don't mind wired stuff. Adrian Chefitz Boca with Tooney says pronounced Cheflim. I'm not reading. That's pronounced a lot of consonants.
I think he said like phlegm, like you have to like you're coughing up phlegm. Oh, so it'd be like Cheflim or whatever.
Chefit. You're just Adrian, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, he says, did you watch Inhumans?
Yes. Know it came out. Don't watch it. It came out years ago. And it was 8 episodes, and it was all bad.
And Brian with $5 says, you guys are awesome. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What were you going to say?
I was just going to go on about don't watch Inhumans.
Well, we're getting a new Switch Pro this year. Well, you know it.
Yeah, but it's not Nintendo Switch Pro. It's Alienware, baby.
Yeah, so maybe we should just look at the tweet. Are they going to have it here? No. Boop. No. Anyway, Alienware has this freaking Windows tablet. It's a concept right now, so it's not legit yet. Yeah. But it's at CES, which I wish I was there.
Yeah.
They call it the UFO. It's a Windows tablet that runs games. It looks very large, and its controllers are very Switch-like in that they attach and detach just like a Switch does, and it even comes with its own little Joy-Con grip. Can you believe it?
I can believe it.
This article is very long. Essentially a gaming PC in a tiny form factor with removable controllers. This is via Tech Radar, who has a whole review on this. If you want to read more, you can just look it up on Tech Radar. The Project UFO is banking on the massive library of games that Windows 10 has to offer to stand out in the portable space. However, because it's heavy and will probably be extremely expensive, we're not quite sure who is going to be after this device. We do know one thing, though. It's really freaking cool. That's according to Tech Radar. It has the stand is the entire back
Yeah.
And it looks like a Switch from the back, except for the little hexagonal little nodes.
Yeah.
Price and availability. Because this is just a concept, we don't know when the Alienware Concept UFO will see the light of day. If it does, in fact, see the light of day, or how much it will cost. We honestly wouldn't be surprised if this device didn't launch until 2021. As for the price, because it's such a unique product that's packed with RGB lighting and sophisticated PC hardware. Yeah, RGB. It's got RGB.
Of course it is.
I don't know where. Sophisticated PC hardware, you should expect to pay a pretty penny for the Concept UFO. This isn't exactly a direct Nintendo Switch competitor. I think it's cutting it close. Still, for anyone that loves the idea of Nintendo Switch but wishes that it had a little more power and the massive library that PC offers, this price well be worth it. May well be worth it. They go on a lot more into details. There's the friggin' thing detaching. It looks just like a friggin' Joy-Con.
I wouldn't necessarily say this is a Switch competitor. You can definitely make the argument it is a Switch knockoff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more specialty because it's not going to run. It's not as easy as like just dumping a game in it and playing it, or downloading a game off the eShop.
I compare it to the difference between an NES Classic and a pre-made Raspberry Pi.
Yes.
That runs. Yeah. Yes, they both do similar things. Yes, one is proprietary and one is more open, but average Joe consumer who doesn't want to spend a lot of money is going to get the NES Classic, and that will probably sell more compared to the more specialty thing that's really only for hardcore collectors and hardcore gamers.
I'd go a step further and say that it's a Raspberry Pi with, the Pi OS and nothing else.
Yeah.
Because this is just going to have Windows on it.
Yeah, you have to provide your own games.
Yeah, and, as opposed to just getting a Nintendo Switch where you could just go on the eShop and download whatever game. And you could say, just download Steam and then but this, there's extra steps.
Yeah.
Also, this thing's going to be like $1,000. There's no way this thing's going to be
also, there's no guarantee that it's going to run everything on Steam.
Correct.
It might be more powerful than the Switch, but that doesn't mean it's going to be able to run like Shadow of the Tomb Raider at full spec or whatever.
Underscore just DM'd me? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Jessica Chobot playing it on Instagram. Oh, he just sent me a screenshot of Jessica Chobot playing it. Can I mute this? Oh, you know what? It doesn't look that big. It really doesn't look that big. It's bigger than a Switch. Also, I think Tech Radar said that it looks like a 720p screen. So it's a bigger screen than the Switch, but it's still 720, which is bizarre to me.
I mean, it's still probably a bigger screen, but it's, because you can get, I have two 4K TVs and they're both different sizes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Yeah.
But I mean, if you're going to have a bigger screen and you're trying to knock off the Switch and you're a PC that's knocking off the Switch, why not just make it 1080p? Like
that's true.
This is Dell technically. Yeah. Display should be super cheap for them. But I guess it's because the power involved, it's lower powered if it's 720.
Yeah.
But at least have the option,
Mm-hmm.
I said $1,000. I'm going to say $800.
I thought you were going to say $2,000.
No. I'll say $800 is like a reasonable price for something like this.
Yeah.
Also, they didn't say anything about specs. So we don't know what specs this thing has.
Right.
But they were demoing World War Z and they were demoing The Division 2. And the people who played it said that both of those ran pretty well. The minimum system requirements for World War Z are an i5 750 or an i3 530 or an AMD Phenom 2 X4. I'm out of the PC world. I don't even know what any of this means. 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is pretty low. Windows 7. AMD 240 gigabyte video card or an NVIDIA 2 gigabyte Intel HD 530. That's pretty low. and at least 20 gigabytes of hard drive space. And for the Division 2, shut the hell up. The Division 2 minimum, it says 1080p. For 1080p, 30 frames. So I guess that's probably around 720, 60 frames. Minimum, Windows 7. AMD FX 6350 for the CPU, and Intel i5. So this thing probably has to have at least an i5 in it.
Yeah.
An i3 would be crazy. That's so old by now, right? Am I out of touch?
Well, it's hard because, for example, the Division requires an Intel i5 2500K, but World War Z says i5 750. So there's different types of i5s.
Well, I'm saying that we got to go with the lowest common denominator. If it runs both of these games well, then it's got the lower. It could have at least the lowest spec of these two games.
Right, I get that, but I'm saying just because it has an i5 doesn't mean it's the same i5 as everyone else.
Right. The minimum requirement of the Division says VRAM 2 gigabytes and DirectX 11. So take that what you will. I think this thing is going to be decently powerful. I think it's got to be less than 1,000 in order for people to actually want it.
Yeah.
And the RGB it looks like it's in like the thumbsticks. So that's a weird thing. It's cool.
I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise that people are going to want to try and emulate the Switch.
It feels dirty, doesn't it?
I think it just feels dirty because this is so similar.
Yeah, well, it's like
there's nothing different about it.
Nintendo went out of their way to innovate in this way. Mm-hmm. The only other company that was doing it was Game Vice. Yeah. And that really wasn't, the way to go.
Yeah.
This is a Game Vice for anybody who wants to see that. But this slots in the same way. It's like exactly the same thing as a Switch.
Yeah.
And Razer has the Jungle Cat, which is also very similar.
Yeah.
That's this guy right here. And this slots in pretty similar to a Nintendo Switch. But you know what sucks is that I'm going to have to get this thing. That's what sucks.
Yeah.
Going to have to get it and make a video on it and then break it in half and never touch it again. Hopefully it's only $800. It's weird. It's a weird world we live in right now.
Yeah. I mean, we'll expect more because Alienware is doing this now. Pretty soon, Corsair is going to have their own. Pretty soon, Microsoft's going to have their own. It's only a matter of time before more companies start doing Switch-like products.
If they don't get sued.
I feel like, not that they'll get sued, but that with the exception of Dell, they're going to find ways to make it, very unique from a Switch. Like, this prototype is literally just a Switch, but angled.
I mean, it would make sense for Microsoft to do it because if they're going to go the way of streaming, it'd be sick to have like a 5G, tablet that's similar to this. Maybe lower powered just so it could stream. That would be tight.
Yeah. So Sony will probably do it too. They can do weird things like that.
Yeah, Sony would come out of left field and do something wacky and probably won't perform very well.
Yeah.
They should stick to the PS5. Oh, that's another news. We got the PS5 logo, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it looks exactly like if you close your eyes and picture a PS5 logo, that's what it looks like.
I don't know what people were expecting because people are mad that it looks exactly like the PS4 logo, but they used that font for the PS3 as well.
Yes.
So
people were, and Spider-Man.
Well, no. First they used the Spider-Man font on the original fat PS3. Mm-hmm. Then when they redesigned it, they switched to the current font.
But it's like a slightly modified version of the same font, isn't it?
No. Radically different. Yeah. It's a modified version of the PS2 font. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the new logo. Where's the old? Oh, there it is. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It's very different. I originally was gonna be like, because people were making fun of it, and I was like, some poor graphic designer probably spent like 2 months working on just that 5, you know, to make it look the way it does. But no, they didn't. They clearly did not spend a long time on it. It's very simple.
They probably have a font package and they just hit delete and put 5.
Yeah, probably, and kerned it. Because there's nothing you could do. It's just, this is exactly the same curve that's in the P.
Yeah.
The only thing that's different is this is a hard angle here in the top left of the 5. Yeah. And if it wasn't a hard angle and if they did the same curve, it would have looked like an S. So they had to do it that way. So this is it. Probably took somebody like 10 minutes, maybe a day, to just sit there and go, oh, it's a pixel too far to the left. No, it's a pixel too far to the right. But yeah. There's a lot of CES news, but a lot of it's trash. A lot of it's like nothing very, very important. AJ in the chat says they seem to be trying very hard to not acknowledge the Switch in press for this thing. The PR reps look very nervous whenever someone mentions it. I feel like there's some grounds for a lawsuit because of the way that it slots in, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
actually, I need to see a video of it slotting in.
Yeah, there has to be they have to determine how similar the mechanisms are. Like, not just the slotting in, but how the controllers connect to the system itself. The placement of certain buttons. You know, how it runs, how like the actual architecture works.
Yeah. So I think that maybe they're announcing the concept just to see if they're going to get sued. Because then it would just be a cease and desist. They wouldn't have to. They wouldn't have to give any money, you know.
Well, also too, if it's just a concept, you know, then they have time to like tweak it and like figure out how they can make it different enough from the Switch so that they don't get in any trouble. Mm-hmm. But if they stick with a portable gaming tablet that you attach 2 controllers to the side of, they're going to get compared to the Switch no matter what, even if it's legally distinct.
Yeah, no, you're right. I like to point out someone in the chat was spamming that this is clickbait because we're not talking about the new Switch anymore. And then Fred timed about and said, click that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got some super chats. We got George McFarland with $2 said, oops, I'm stupid. Sorry. Oh, about the Switch Pro situation. Yeah. Well, where'd you get that? Where I want to know what happened.
Not that you're stupid.
Don't super chat. You just at me in the chat. But yeah, where'd you get that info from?
Yeah, because if somebody's spreading false rumors and lies about the SN30 Pro,
we have to kill them.
Yes.
Dylan Kerpaul gave us $5 via PayPal. Love the channel. Thanks for all your work, guys. Are you guys excited for the Pokemon Direct? Yes. I'm not waking up for it.
Yeah.
I'll just, see.
I'll catch the news afterwards.
Yeah. And then Ethan R with $2. DYK.
Did you know
Mario 2 isn't actually Mario 2?
I did not know that.
It's been so long since I've seen this meme happen here. I thought we were over it.
Dylan Kerpaul just gave us $2. As a graphic designer myself, I can tell you that for the PS5 logo, they probably made over 1 million options for the logo, and they ended up choosing that one. Also, I like it. Very on brand. Smiley face.
That's also possible.
I'm sure they probably designed a whole bunch of logos and stuff, and somebody was just like, you know what? Choose the old one, but with a 5.
Yeah, they probably had a lot of options ready to go. Yeah. So that means somebody spent like a couple months making a bunch of options. They were like, nah, just delete the 4 and put a 5.
Yeah.
Anyway. Now we can talk about this Sonic Adventure remake situation. There's according to Nintendo Life, there's a rumor that there's a music event suggesting that Sonic Adventure is making a comeback. Nintendo Life says next year is the 30th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog. So what are the plans? For some time now, there's been a theory Sega could be reviving the Dreamcast title Sonic Adventure. Now, in the latest development, there's a rumor Sega Japan is preparing for a Sonic Adventure-themed music event, which is believed to be taking place at the end of this year. This information was originally shared on the fan site, the Supersonic Zone, which recently received a tip claiming Izo Sakamoto would be singing Open Your Heart at this particular event. Attached to the email were 2 MP3 files featuring Sakamoto singing the song, which you can listen to on the Supersonic Zone. Izo Sakamoto. I thought it was the Crush 40 guy who did Open Your Heart. And he's a white man.
Let's look up Izo Sakamoto.
While you do that, in case you don't know, Sakamoto is the same individual who performed the original version of Open Your Heart when Sonic Adventure... Oh, did I read that right? No. Was first revealed. The fan site... So maybe it's a different version of Open Your Heart.
Maybe.
The fan site Sonic Stadium reportedly received the same 2 recordings and an extra one that's also believed to be real. In addition to this, the rumored music event will allegedly feature themed artwork, including one Sonic pose from Sonic Adventure DX, with updated computer graphics. I haven't heard the term computer graphics used in a while. It sounds very 90s. When pressed for more information by Sonic Stadium, the tipster claimed musicians from all over the world were collaborating with Sega, including Johnny Gailey and T. Lopes, who recently
Johnny
remixed...
is he's the guy who sings. He's the Crush 40 vocalist.
Okay, that makes sense. And T. Lopes is the guy who worked on Sonic Mania.
Yes.
He's very good. In April last year, Sega also rehired former Sonic Team artist Hiroshi Nishiyama, which apparently suggests all of these other recent developments might be for a big announcement, perhaps linked to a Sonic Adventure remake. So I don't think that any of this points to Sonic Adventure.
No,
I think that there's just probably something big and cool happening next year. You know,
there'll definitely be a game. Sega has put out a Sonic game every anniversary. Sonic Adventure 2 was the 10th anniversary. Generations was the 20th. It makes sense there'll be a big game for the 30th.
It could be a Sonic Generations 2. Like, there's no maybe they're just doing this so they can go through the history of Sonic games.
Maybe.
Doesn't necessarily mean Sonic Adventure. I
mean, it would be cool if we got another adventure game, because that's a very specific type of game that they really haven't done since the Dreamcast era.
We've heard rumors of a Sonic Adventure remake for a while.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be amazing, because that game, it's a good game. Just needs a lot of polish.
It's a good game, asterisk.
Yes, it's a good game that needs some love. It was good when it came out. Sonic Adventure 2, I will say. Sonic Adventure 1, it's questionable. Sonic Adventure 2, the second it came out, the day it was out, awesome. A few months after that, completely obliterated by Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
And going back and playing it, it's rough. But put a fresh coat of paint on it, and we'll have a good time. I saw that there's a fan, remake of Sonic Adventure 2 that I just saw it on YouTube. It was 5 days ago.
Oh, I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, they called, I forgot what they called it, but they added a bunch of stuff. They redid the voice acting, which I did not think needed to be redone. The voice acting,
the timing needs to be redone.
The timing is atrocious, but the voice acting itself was fine. And I don't think they fixed the camera, which is the most important thing they need to fix on Sonic Adventure 2. That's all I want, is a Sonic Adventure redone with a better camera. But anyway, more Sonic stuff happening. That's really all we can gather from these rumors.
Fun fact, Sonic Unleashed in Japan is known as Sonic World Adventure. And it initially started as a direct sequel to Sonic Adventure 2. And then somebody at Sonic Team decided, what would be better if we ruined the game by putting a werehog segment in it.
I wonder if it always had the werehog, or if as Sonic Adventure 3 they just didn't have the werehog parts, and then they were like, how do we need to finish this game stat, how do we prolong the gameplay?
No, I think it started off as one thing, and then like when it became Unleashed, they decided to throw werehog in it. They would do things like that because they were afraid they didn't have enough resources to make enough Sonic levels, because like you have to make those levels very long. So they would throw things like werehog in it there to like change up gameplay, to have you do more things.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, Sonic Colors is a long game, and that's just a basic Sonic game with tracks and stuff. So, and that game's good.
That's the only way to make a good Sonic game, is just make it all Sonic.
Yeah.
And stop trying to slow down the gameplay with dumb stuff like a Tails level, like a robotic Tails level.
Yeah.
But it's hard because it takes a lot of money and a lot of time to make long levels that you play really fast. But these days, come on, man.
Well, I feel like Sega can do it. I just, they just have to get their head in the game and focus, and not try to throw in a lot of BS like Sonic Lost Worlds. They threw in parkour, and that sucked. Sonic Forces, they threw in create a character and all this other crap that didn't work.
I understand, because like Sega's afraid to invest a lot of money in it, because Sonic doesn't. There's been garbage games.
There's been garbage games, but Sonic games sell well.
Yeah, they do. You're right. But they could sell better if the games were good. Better. So if they invest a little more time and money into the good parts of it, it's just the leadership problem.
Yeah.
Whoever's like spearheading these games, or whoever the people up top who are like being like, get the game out, I don't care if it's finished, they got problems. Anyway, we got two more things to talk about real quick.
Okay.
One of them is that Nintendo now has a stylus.
Oh, thank God. We needed that.
According to Polygon, there's a new stylus for the Switch, and it is made by Nintendo. Nearly 3 years after the Switch's launch, Nintendo is finally seeing an official stylus for the console. The catch? It still isn't widely available, these mother effers. As spotted by Eurogamer, it goes on sale February 3rd for £6.99, about $9 USD. Via the UK store, the stylus is compatible with games like Dr. Kawashima's Brain Training for Nintendo Switch and Super Mario Maker 2, though it won't work with the console when docked, obviously. All right, that's all I need to read.
Okay. I feel like... Go ahead.
Okay. There was a stylus that came packaged in with the pre-order of Super Mario Maker 2.
Yeah.
But it was UK only also. I think maybe it was Japanese also, but we didn't get it in the US. So this is UK only as of right now. Also, why are they hoarding the styluses?
It is very strange that we're not getting the stylus. I feel like if they release Brain Training here, then they're going to be forced to sell the stylus here.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Where the hell's Brain Training? I want that game.
Yeah.
It's Japan and UK only right now. Why isn't it in the US?
Yeah, I don't understand it.
And I know you can just get a UK eShop account, but I want to get it for my mom. I don't want to get her a UK eShop account.
Brain Age was like one of the biggest games on the DS. It's what got many people to buy a DS in this country. So it doesn't make any sense that you would just not bring the latest version of it to America.
It's not a localization issue. Like it's already in English.
Yeah.
What's the problem? Is there money involved? Do they have pounds instead of dollars?
How much money do you think it would cost to bring that game over? It's not a AAA game.
It shouldn't cost anything unless there's like some weird conversions like dollars, or if they do like metric system versus the imperial system for some reason.
Even still, they could just leave the metric system. We know what that is.
True. Very weird.
Yeah.
Very, very, very weird situation. But anyway, we're getting a stylus. I hope I hope the brain training situation is okay on the Switch Lite.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to get our mother a Switch Lite. Because I feel like she'd like that more than an actual Switch.
Yeah.
But there's some functionality with the Joy-Con, like the IR sensor. I don't think she's going to use that anyway. But I also want to get her Animal Crossing when that comes out. And the catch is going to be she has to play it so that I can observe and see so I can make a video around it.
Yeah.
AJ says US has the best trained brains, obs. Yeah, it's because we don't need the brain training. That's what it is.
We're super smart.
All right, so the last thing we have here is something I was supposed to get an email about, but I didn't. Hyperkin is at CES. Wish I was there again.
Yeah.
There's a cube. They made a cube.
Not just any cube.
It's a Game Boy cube. This cube-like console will play every Game Boy game on your TV. This is according to Nintendo Life. Hyperkin has just lifted the lid on its next game system, the RetroN Junior, which plays Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games on your TV. That is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
The cube-like system connects to your television via HDMI and outputs 720p. That is not awesome.
Well,
like, come on. How much more work would it be to make it 1080?
A lot, because first of all of Hyperkin's retro systems are 720p.
I know.
Second off, remember, it's software emulated, not hardware emulated, so it's easier for systems like this to upscale video game consoles that ran at 240p. It's easier to upscale it to 720p because that's only a 3 times upscale. To upscale it to 1080p is 4.5, and it doesn't scale as well.
So that makes sense for stuff that's either hardware emulated or just is the hardware, or like original hardware.
Right.
You know? But since it's software emulated, why is it so hard to do that?
Probably because it's also cheaper to do 720p.
It shouldn't be much. It's freaking 2020.
You'd be surprised.
Like, how hard is it to software emulate a 4.5 scale? Like, it shouldn't be hard.
I mean, it shouldn't be, but like to get it right.
That's what I'm saying. It's just software.
Yeah.
It's not like they're doing it through the hardware. Anyway, it comes bundled with an SNES style wireless Scout controller, which can be connected to the console via a 6-foot USB-C cable. The unit also showcases a 3.5 millimeter headphone socket. That's a weird way to put it. And a link port, which presumably allows 2 RetroN Junior systems to be connected together for games which support multiple players. That is freaking awesome. Is the link port an actual?
I think it is.
Like an actual Game Boy one? That'd be sick, because then you could just plug it into an actual Game Boy.
Yeah.
The RetroN Junior was actually teased back in 2017 when some believed it was a prank rather than a serious gaming system. There's no solid release date as of yet, and Hyperkin has told us that the unit will be based on emulation rather than FPGA technology, which is their thing. Like, they usually do software emulation.
Yeah.
With Analog releasing a Game Boy style handheld this year, 2020 is shaping up to be pretty interesting for retro fans. Who knows? Perhaps Nintendo will release a Game Boy Classic. I think Nintendo would. I think if they're going to do it, this is the year.
Yeah, I just don't know if they will, because, you know, they'd have to put a screen on the device, and that would jump the price up by a bit.
Yeah. $100, I think, is pretty reasonable for a Game Boy Classic, you know?
Yeah, but you have to put like a lot of games on there to justify that price.
20 games. It's got a screen. That's the justification,
I guess. I mean, any screen they use will be better than what we originally had.
True. Did the Analog Pocket have an output to a TV? No, right? Can't do that.
You had to buy a dock.
Oh, right. So that's some pretty big competition. I'm assuming that the Hyperkin RetroN Junior is going to be way cheaper.
Yeah.
Because
all of Hyperkin's RetroN consoles are like $50 compared to analogs, which are close to 200.
Mm. Yeah, well, yeah, this is going to be 200. The analog, Game Boy is going to be 200, and then more money for the dock.
Yeah,
I think it was like $50 or something for the dock.
Yeah, so this RetroN Junior, there's no way this is more than $50.
Yeah,
I can even see this being like $30.
It's also a terrible picture of it. I can get a better picture. There it is.
Gizmodo has some good pictures.
I just went to the Hyperkin Instagram. I'll give it a like too. Why not?
Yeah.
There it is with friggin' Pokemon in it.
It's probably the only game they had.
And that's the controller that's coming out with it.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's not too big. I can put my friggin' Game Boy camera in it, so I'm happy. But again, the Analog Pocket, that's going to be my jam. What, do we have a date for the Analog Pocket?
Not yet. I mean, the Analog Pocket, much like all of what Analog does, it's like, you know, specialty, like high-end stuff. This is much more of a casual thing.
Also, Hyperkin usually takes a really long time to release stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they had a Game Boy that they announced at CES like 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That we haven't seen at all. So they like announced it and then never talked about it again. So it's possible that this takes a long time to come out or it just doesn't. But anyway, that's pretty cool. More CES news. Other than that, I don't know. That's all the news. Will, we got a lot to unbox though.
All right.
I went home to unbox to get packages.
Yeah, and because I can't see you on the monitor, I'm not gonna be able to see what it is until like 5 seconds later. Because I'm on a delay.
Can I do this? This might screw up everything. Let's see here. Boop. Yep, that screws up everything.
Okay.
Stop presenting. All right. What am I gonna do? Oh well, why don't you read some super chats while I do this?
Okay.
Wait, are we supposed to do tweet of the week? No, right?
Unboxing and then tweet of the week.
Read some super chats.
Hold on, I lost the chat feed. My computer is running so slow.
We also got a donation. It's on Twitch alerts.
Okay. Dylan Kerpal with $2. The Switch is also 3 years old now. What do you guys think of the state of the console? Also, do you feel like the menu needs an update? Why does my 3DS have a better menu than my Switch? Wolf Sonic, Wolf Sonic, Wolf Sonic.
I don't think... Oh, the Wolf Sonic is... That's an emote.
Okay.
I think the Switch has a great menu. I think just because it doesn't have themes doesn't mean it's a bad menu. Yeah. I think out of all of the consoles out right now, it might have the best menu. Look at what it's up against. It's up against Xbox One, which has a terrible
Xbox menu is terrible. The PS4 one is very similar.
Yes.
So.
Yes. But there's more crap. There's more crap on the PS4 one.
The Switch menu needs folders.
Yes.
I'm
not saying it's perfect.
Yeah.
It definitely needs work. I don't know about... I'm cool with not having a background. I don't need a freaking background.
Yeah, that's fine. But no, it definitely needs folders of some kind. But I'm okay with it. That doesn't play music. I turn the music off. Oh, no, I got a theme for my PS4 that replicates the PS2 menu. So there's no music. It's just ocean noise, which is so much more pleasant. Yeah, I don't need music. I don't need fancy wallpapers. I don't need sounds and stuff. Folders and like probably easier access to some of the menu items. And like that's really it. I feel like a bigger thing they need to improve is the eShop on the Switch, because that's pretty bad. But yeah, otherwise the menu itself is fine.
We got another super chat there.
Yeah, nonprofit 26 with $5. Really great and funny videos. Love the channel. So I just wanted to say thank you. Wulff Den is pretty much why I finally got my own Switch last week.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And thank you for your donation. We appreciate it.
All right, so this, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Oh, God. Everything that comes from China. They make a brick. It's like a cocaine brick, and it's just taped to hell. This is the new sort of Pocket Go situation.
Oh.
I don't remember what it's called. I think that's what this is. How am I even supposed to open this? Get to over here.
I wish I could help you, but I can't see.
Well, you can help me by filling time.
Why would I do that? You're
Here it
doing
is.
so well on your own.
Pocket Go. Let's get this bitch open. Oh, yeah, baby. Here it is. I will have a video on this eventually. A lot of other people already made videos, but I just got it. They were supposed to put our logo on the back, and that's part of why it's so late. I also didn't check my emails for a while during the holidays, but they were supposed to put our logo on the back. Then they're like, it's taking too long. Do you just want it without the logo? And I was like, yeah, I don't care about having the logo on it.
Oh, it would have been nice if it did, though.
Yeah, it would have been cool, but I'd rather, have it sooner.
Just slap a sticker on the back of it.
That's true. Stickers. If you ever see me at a convention, you can get one of these stickers.
Yeah.
So let me get the old Pocket Go.
Yeah, because I was going to say, that kind of looks like the old Pocket Go. It's finally showing up on my screen so I can see what it is. Ooh, Oh.
It's like the Big Brother. There they are. Does it have any juice? Power button. Oh, there it has juice.
Nice.
Oh, it's making sounds. Yep. It's got Google Chrome on it.
Really?
Oh no, I think it's just the Chrome logo. It's a file explorer, but it has the Chrome logo on it.
Interesting. I was gonna say, does it run on Chrome OS?
Does it have games on it already? That's another all right, so this came with the Pocket Go, the original one, came with games on it already.
Yeah.
And I was afraid to say that because I didn't know if it came with games on it for just me, because I'm a reviewer.
Yeah.
Or if it did that for everybody. And I think it comes with games for everybody. That's
cool.
Which is it's very illegal.
Yeah, true.
They're not licensing those games. Yeah, it's got regular Shinobi for Sega Genesis. Alex Kidd, Fantasy Zone. What do you want to see on here? R-Type?
So is that only one analog stick?
One analog? Oh wait, yeah, it has an analog stick. I didn't even think about
but just
that.
one.
It's got one, yeah. It doesn't have anything on the right side. It has two shoulder buttons. Oh, because this can play PlayStation stuff.
Oh.
Again, the menus, I'm having a hard time with them. Exit is start. Pico Drive. Oh, it's got Pulse Man. We're playing Pulse Man.
Nice.
See how oh. Yeah, that's freaking Pulse Man. All right, hurry up.
If it does PS1 games, though, it's just throwing me off that there's only one analog stick.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
I'll have to see how that works. How do I turn the volume down? There we go. I should probably see how our PS1 game works, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Pulse Man is a game that only came out in Japan. It's very good.
Yes. And it's made by Game Freak, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't know.
I might be making that up.
It's one of the best.
Yeah, Game Freak.
It's one of the best Sega Genesis games, and it was only Japanese. And I couldn't find it when I was in Japan.
It did come out in America as part of the Sega Channel in 1995.
True.
And then was released in the Virtual Console for the Wii,
which our mom wouldn't let us have.
Yeah.
So one of the problems with the Pocket Go is screen tearing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that happening here. It usually happens when there's fast movement. I need to move faster. It's possible that there is screen tearing, but
didn't the first one have screen tearing?
It had very bad screen tearing, but I don't see it. It's not really happening. But I feel like I'm not going fast enough. This game is a very fast game, though. But no, it looks beautiful. The screen's beautiful. I'll have a full review on this eventually. I'm not going to play the PlayStation game right now, even though you probably want me to see it. You probably want to see it. Oh, it has a USB-C port.
That's
awesome.
Modern.
How do I turn you off? It like freaked out when I turned it off. All right, next.
All right. Before that, Corbin15 with $5. Awesome videos. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.
And your money.
Same thing. This is it. Oh, cool. All right, this is from Retro Fighter. We like Retro Fighter. You know what Retro Fighter makes?
The Brawler 64, right?
Yeah, and here it is for PC, Mac, and Switch. I just talked about a N64 Switch controller, and now the Brawler 64 works for the Switch.
Nice. So looks
like
you're doing a follow-up video.
Look up how much. I'll do a follow-up if they release more N64 games, because right now it's just Turok.
That's ridiculous.
You need to play. You need to play Turok.
Dude, I haven't played Turok since the N64, and I didn't really like it back then either.
You need to play it now. It is that game is insane.
Yeah.
That game is very strange.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
You have a good memory. I don't. So when I played it, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
This is an amazing controller for the N64, the one that I have for the N64. Yeah. I have a video on the N64 one. So this is probably going to be really good. One of the problems with the one that I have is that the thumbstick, I got the very early like Kickstarter one.
Yeah.
The thumbstick clashes if you press in the bumper. They fixed that in this. They also gave me pieces to fix it myself in mine. I just never actually did it. If you buy the original, it won't have that issue. They fixed it.
Yeah. So the Retro Fighter Brawler 64, the Nintendo 64 version, sells between $35 and $40, depending on which color you get.
I thought they had the new one on Amazon already.
Let me look. Oh, $30 for the USB model.
Oh, that's not a lot. So that's $10 cheaper than the Hyperkin one, but that one's wireless, and it has a little save slot situation. This has well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't have the. Oh, also the Hyperkin one isn't USB. You need to get an adapter.
Right.
Forgot about that, and that adapter is another like $10, $12. So actually, this ends up being a lot cheaper, but it's not wireless. So, so I guess it's good for emulators. Retro Fighter also sent us another thing.
Is it their Genesis model?
Oh, you bet your ass it is. Well,
nice.
And this is for. I think we have the USB one already, don't we?
I think so.
Yeah, this is for use with a Saturn or Genesis. It says Mega Drive.
Same thing.
Oh, it's backwards in here. You get a little guy.
What was I going to say? The Genesis and the Saturn have two different port connectors. Does this have just one or?
Nope, it's got both, baby.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. We need to get ourselves a Sega Saturn. It's got the thumbstick.
That thumbstick, I think, was only for Nights into Dreams, and that's it.
I need to I need to play some Sega Saturn. I don't think I've ever played a Sega Saturn.
I haven't played Sega Saturn since we used to go to Sears and they had a kiosk for it.
Didn't RGT make us? No, he did a 32X manual. He did a book on the 32X, which I
right, yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah,
I think we have the USB version of this.
I think so too.
But I haven't tried yet, which I would love to give a shot at.
Yeah.
We got one more thing here. It is Godiva.
The chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is it says Amazon fulfillment. Screenwave likes our management likes to send us chocolate for the holidays. It's usually got like some promotional thing printed on it.
It's a few weeks after the holidays, so
it might have taken a while for us to actually get it.
All right.
Unless you got it. You didn't get any chocolate, right?
I didn't get anything.
When you got the stuff. When you got the packages like 2 weeks ago.
That was those are the retro the 8-bit do controllers, Metal Storm. There's no chocolate in there.
All right. Godiva. I'm gonna start breaking out here. They say chocolate doesn't make you get pimples.
It doesn't.
It's malarkey. I get a breakout every time I have chocolate.
Or are you smearing it all over your face?
That's probably the problem, is that I'm smearing it all over my face. Who got this? Is there a note? It's just a giant box of Godiva.
I'd hope so. Otherwise, this could probably be poison.
I don't see a note. I'm very confused by this. Holiday chocolate and truffle collection. Is there going to be a note inside? No. Who sent us freaking chocolate? Actually, AJ would know. He's on Screenwave. Did they send you chocolate?
Feed it to your roommate first to see if he gets sick.
I'll take the hit, Will. I mean, it came from Amazon.
Yeah.
It's pretty lazy. A Screenwave usually do a custom print on it, you know?
Maybe you open the box and it's all in the shape of like our faces, like all the different Screenwave personalities.
I got an overwhelming smell of chocolate. There you go. There's some chocolate. What should I eat first? I'll have the lion head one.
What does that taste like?
I don't know. Let's find out.
You don't have the guide with you right there?
I don't read the guide.
Oh, you gotta
read the. No, I like to be surprised.
No, anybody who tells you don't read the guide is a jerk.
Oh, caramel. We're safe.
Okay, that's good.
I like to take the risk, Will.
I don't. I like to play it safe.
All right, well, thanks for the chocolate, whoever sent me chocolate. I think it's Screenwave.
AJ said they sent a custom chocolate bar.
I didn't get one. So who the hell sent me just a freaking Godiva chocolate? Maybe I have a secret admirer.
Maybe.
Maybe you have a secret admirer.
I hope not. There was no address on the package?
It says Amazon. It was shipped to Bob.
Yeah.
Not Bob Wolf. Bob. It has my phone number on it, though. So, gonna have to yell at whoever sent this to me.
Yeah.
Weird.
Very.
Very weird. It's probably Screenwave. Anyway, that's it for the unboxing. I'm happy I got the Pocket Go. And the Retrofire stuff. And the chocolate. I'm happy with everything. Everything's great. Now, we can do the tweet of the week.
Tweet of the week! Tweet of the week! Tweet of the week!
And this one is by Eric Bador. And it says, "Why no Mr. Sippy?" I thought that was...
I remember when you retweeted that.
That was a solid tweet.
Yeah.
Do you know who Eric Bador is?
No. His description says local... and I can't say that word.
He was the producer of Mega 64. He did like their podcast and stuff. And now he works for Rooster Teeth.
Okay.
He's a very funny man. I thought that was a very good tweet. And then he also followed up that tweet and said, feel like I tweeted this before, but it bears repeating. All right. Now is when we talk to you people.
Yes. As always, you can reach us on Twitter using the hashtag Wulff Den Live. If you left a comment on last week's Wulff Den Live, this is the part of the show where we will finally answer you. And of course, ladies and gentlemen watching us at home, please start leaving your questions and comments because we will get to them when we are done with everybody else.
All right.
I did see on Instagram earlier before. I didn't save it, but it's when you download Rise of Skywalker, but the subtitles for Endgame, and yet it still matches up. And it's the scene where Palpatine and Rey are like, it's their last stand, and the subtitles for Palpatine say, "I am inevitable," and then Rey says, "I am Iron Man."
Oh God, I'm a big fan of the the very last scene in Rise of Skywalker, the very last scene.
Yeah,
the infamous one. I'm a big fan of those memes.
Oh, like the one I tweeted?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
All right. Hashtag. We got someone adding you. Anchor.
Yes.
It says, have you read Grant Morrison's Super Gods, which chronicles the comic books and its cultural impact since the Golden Age? Would love you to do a video on that one. Are you a physical book, an ebook, or an audiobook person? And while you read that, I'm gonna have another piece of chocolate.
So I actually responded to him a few days ago when he tweeted that, because I didn't see that he put the hashtag in there. And I haven't read Grant Morrison's Super Gods. I have this book that you got me, Super Graphic, which is not the same thing.
I want that book. Give me that book.
What?
Give me that book.
Maybe no. Grant Morrison's Super Gods, yeah, it's all about the chronicling of like comic books and their rise and the cultural impact and stuff. I haven't read it yet, and I'm afraid to, because Grant Morrison usually writes things that are much smarter than I am. He's very articulate and out there and bizarre, but like it all makes sense in a weird Grant Morrison sort of way. I would love to read it because from what I've heard of it, it's very interesting. I like physical books. I try to read more ebooks because they take up a lot less space in my house. As part of the whole trying to read more comics, I'm trying to, use Comixology a lot more. And I've never listened to an audiobook, but I'm not against them. The problem is audiobooks are like 20 hours long. So like by that point, I just read the book.
You break it up into days, it'll go by.
Yeah, I mean, it already takes me like a week to listen to one podcast now.
What the hell are you doing?
Driving to work.
But yeah, you're like very close to work anyway.
Yeah.
I'm still confused why there's no Oh! Did I throw the note?
Maybe.
No. Nope. Still very confused. We got Luke Antone. Oh, also the chocolate I just ate had like a hazelnut sort of cream in it, like a Nutella. It was very good.
I like that.
Luke Antone says, "Hey guys, when do you think we'll see some new HD remakes of older Nintendo games on Switch, and what do you want those to be?"
There's rumor that we're getting 2 new Wii U games for the Switch soon.
Nintendo does weird stuff with HD remakes. They don't usually do them.
If they do them, though, they go all out. Like, it's not like when Sony did an HD remake of Shadow of the Colossus for the PS3. That was just up-res. When Nintendo does HD remakes, they do HD remakes. Like, they don't futz around. There's rumor that Super Mario Bros. 3D World is coming to the Switch, and possibly Pikmin 3.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Otherwise,
World makes a lot of sense. So does Pikmin. I mean,
yeah,
people like that game.
I mean, all Wii U games coming to Switch makes a lot of sense because more people own a Switch than they did a Wii U.
And look at the other ones they re-released. They sold better than they did on the Wii U, even though they're old. So, I want to see Mario Odyssey. No, Mario Sunshine. Also, Galaxy. I would love to actually play Galaxy. I only played a little bit of Galaxy, and I think 2. And as a Mario fan, I should be ashamed of myself. But no, I want Sunshine. Give me Sunshine. I want some GameCube games.
Yeah, GameCube in general.
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of these games need an HD remaster. I just think they need to just put it on the Switch.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these games don't need much tweaking. Where am I? I'm lost. Who am I? Adam Canas says, Bob, have you used any Bluetooth audio adapters for the Switch? And if so, any to recommend? I feel like I talked about this on stream the other day. I'm not a big fan of like audio situations in general. Like that's why I don't really talk about like headphones for the Switch or Bluetooth adapters because like I don't like wireless.
Yeah.
Like I'll take wired. I'm fine with that. I don't like over-the-ear headphones. I like these little earbuds, and I just use these for everything. So I feel weird like doing audio stuff. Also because gaming audio is usually overpriced and not very good.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, for the Switch, I have a cheap pair of like $5 headphones I bought at Target, and those work perfectly fine.
But even for like, you know, PlayStation and Xbox, like the Turtle Beaches are the ones that everybody gets.
Yeah.
And they're not, like they're good, but they're like, you know, you can get a freaking Sennheiser headset that sounds way better for cheaper.
Well, I mean, that's a thing in general. I mean, most of the times, high-end audio equipment, nobody can tell the difference between that and cheap stuff.
Yeah. That's why I don't like talking about it. It's weird. It's a weird.
Like these Audio Technicas are like 6 years old or whatever, and they were like, you know, more money than I've ever spent on headphones. And these are the lower end models, and I don't think I'll ever need another pair of headphones.
I think those are industry standard. Those headphones.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually just brought headphones from home. These are headphones I've had for like over 10 years. Tell me I forgot them. Tell me I forgot them. Where did I put them? God damn it. I had them in my hand before I left. Anyway, they were Sennheisers. They're very good. They go over the ear. I like barely use them though. I only use them if I need to check something.
Yeah.
And then I just put them away and use my speakers again. Anyway, I haven't used any Bluetooth adapters. I have the Gully Kit one. I have not actually tried it though. So another problem with the Bluetooth adapters on the Switch is that when the Switch came out, there were 1 million of the exact same Bluetooth adapter, just with different names on Amazon. You could probably still find them.
You talking about the ones that plug into USB-C port?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm sure they're all fine.
Yeah.
Zach Stone says, sorry, boys, but you got me to switch off and watch Jeopardy. I'll still watch later, though. I don't listen. We don't blame you.
Yeah. It's probably more exciting.
As long as you watch later, we're happy with that. We'll take it. Last week's Wulff Den Live. Let's plow through this. Thomas Milne? Anyway, if you ever have an opinion on how someone else plays their games, then you have a disorder. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. You should just let people enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
Christoph Skalski says, in my opinion, using the rewind and save states is okay. It saves me time, which I don't have unlimited amounts of as a 30-year-old man. But I also never understood bragging about it or pride in beating a game. Also, it's worth mentioning that the difficulty of many old games was directly tied to businesses' model of the arcade cabinets. The games were hard because they wanted to squeeze your young ass for as many coins as they could. Also,
that's true.
I'll add that it's because you spend money on this game. It's probably all that you have. You want to get as many hours out of it as possible. And instead of a long game, they just make it hard.
I'll add that also when Blockbuster and like rental stores came into prominence, a lot of games were made harder so that you couldn't beat it in a weekend.
True. That's true.
So there's a lot of artificially making games hard back then for one reason or another.
The famous example is Lion King.
Yeah.
I agree with everything he said.
Yeah.
I probably made it sound like it's not okay to use save states last week, but it's okay to use save states. You can use save states and whatever and rewind or whatever. It's just that it's disingenuous to then say I beat the game. You have to like add on that you use save states. In my opinion, that's just my dumb opinion.
I feel like save states is one thing. Rewind, you might have to preface, and cheat codes you definitely have to preface. But
if it's save states just to get around the in-game save feature, like sometimes that doesn't work right. But
if it's save states for like, you have to get up and go to the bathroom, or like you want to pick it up tomorrow, well, that's fine.
I use save states in Mega Man X just to get around the password.
You use it like basically as a rewind feature.
Well, no. I use save states in Mega Man X to get around the password system because it had a password system. So every time it would show me a password, I would just hit save.
Well, that's like, that's to me, that's no different than, using it to pick up later. You're using it as a replacement for the game's original save function, which was archaic.
Right, but that's different than, say, like getting to a part in a level. Like there's a jump that's hard and just saving.
Saving and then like reloading every time you fail.
Creating your own checkpoint.
Yeah.
That makes the game easier.
Yeah. That I understand.
Anyway, Trench Food says, instead of beating the game, maybe just saying you've completed the game is more objectively accurate. I don't know. I think that's the same.
It's like very similar,
He says, also, what if you finish Cuphead while jacked up on coffee? Where do drug related enhancements start coming in?
I mean, they do test esports players for drugs.
Not coffee though.
Not coffee.
Coffee's a legal drug.
Yeah.
I say you're fine. If you were doing Coke or Adderall or any of that stuff, then
that's a problem.
It's probably questionable. So you have to affix that to you beating Cuphead. I beat Cuphead.
Yeah.
Asterisk. I was high on Coke.
Yeah.
11 Kolavec says, all Rewind does is make the game less tedious because you don't have to redo certain sections over and over. This is the reason developers added the feature in the first place, improve playability in a modern gaming landscape. It does make the game easier because you don't need to execute multiple feats in a single attempt. So I think any game you beat with Rewind needs an asterisk. That being said, if you shame people that use Rewind, you're an elitist asshole. All you're proving is you have more free time than the person you're shaming. I think I also agree with what he says.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, yes, technically, if you can beat a game without using Rewind feature or anything like that, then yes, on a technical level, you are better at that game than somebody who did use that. But that doesn't mean that your way of playing is any more right or wrong than the other person's way. The other person just used whatever means he had available or she had available to progress through the game, to find a way to beat the game. Yes, they had to use outside means, but they still found a way to beat the game.
I'll also add that if you beat the game way back in the day on the console itself, like doing everything traditionally, and you're playing it again using Rewind and save states, I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I mean, you proved your point. What more do you have to...
Exactly. Yeah. Chris Dixon, which I heard left a lot of comments and was pretty much being an asshole, says, Will is playing the progressive PC riding the fence-ish again. I don't know where that's coming from. Surprise, surprise! Lowering the rim on your driveway basketball hoop and claiming you can slam dunk is BS. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Same applies here. So Will, he's saying that save states is lowering the hoop in your driveway basketball hoop.
Yeah. If I want to feel like Shaq, the easiest way to do that is to lower the basketball hoop so I can jump and make the rim.
I think we're on the same page here. I don't know why he's being such an asshole about it. Well, anyway.
I mean, yeah, you lower the hoop so that kids can have a fair shot at playing. So are you going to go to a 9-year-old?
Yes.
And tell them, no, you're not really playing basketball. That hoop needs to be 10 feet in the air, and you can't have your dad pick you up and do a slam dunk. You got to do it yourself. You SJW beta cuck son of a bitch.
I think Chris Dixon would. Did you ever hear Gary Vaynerchuk talk about how he doesn't let his daughter score on him?
No.
He has like a 7-year-old and he plays basketball with her and he goes, she'll never score on me. Never. Ever. And they're like, she's 7. And he's like, I don't care. She needs to learn that she needs to do it with her own abilities. So his 7-year-old daughter is probably playing on like a 10-foot basketball hoop.
Yeah.
And he's just freaking dunking on her every second.
Yeah.
So that's same concept. Anyway, now we're in the actual chat and we got some more super chats and stuff.
Nice.
What was the last one we got?
Last one we got was from Dylan Kerpaul.
So we got Nonprofit 26.
Oh, no, wait, I read that. Never mind.
You got Nonprofit?
Yeah.
The
Black Rhythm 99. That's the most recent one.
He says, love you guys. Love the show. Go buy coffee. Zelda Breath of the Wild. Should I buy the DLC? If yes, then I need this $10 back. I never played the DLC, so I'm the wrong person to ask.
Yeah.
Ask the chat. Is the DLC... Well, how about this? Did you love Breath of the Wild and play a lot of it? If you did, then buy the DLC. And unfortunately, if you want to get the money back, you have to do a chargeback or something because it's in YouTube's hands right now. Go buy coffee. Oh, with the money. I get it. I buy coffee all the time. I love coffee. I've been watching this YouTube channel. The guy's name is James Hoffman, and all he talks about is coffee. And I'm sucked in.
Nice.
We read Corbin 15, who gave us $5. Awesome videos. Thank you for the time. Oh, yes, because thank you for his time. Anyway, now we're in the real chat for a hot minute, and then we got to leave. Switch Cat says, really shouldn't be shaming people regardless. Remember sportsmanship? Thought that was a thing back in the day. Listen, man, if the guy can't dunk on you, then sportsmanship's out the window.
Got a point.
That's a joke. I'm joking. Jesse McCowan says, people used to think Contra on NES was hard. It's hard, man.
It is.
What's this used to nonsense?
I just had it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I lost it again. Damn it. My life is a mess. Mr. Brockarock. Hey, boys. This question is more for Will. Any movies you're excited for in 2020?
What, I can't be excited for movies?
No, because you don't go to the movies.
I barely go to the movies.
I think I'm most excited for Wonder Woman. I don't think that should be a surprise. I don't know if you know this, but there's a scene in it where she uses her lasso of truth to ride lightning bolts through the sky.
Right.
It's pretty rad. I'm excited for No Time to Die. I think I've realized the Daniel Craig James Bond movies go awesome, bad, awesome, bad. So we're due for an awesome one again.
The last one was bad?
Spectre?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good.
I actually don't think I saw that. I think that's the only one I didn't see.
It's the one with Christoph Waltz, and he's, he plays this guy, and then, oh, surprise, he's Blofeld, and oh, surprise, they're stepbrothers or whatever.
If it came out that, if I saw that and that was the twist, I'd be like, okay. Like, I don't really, it's not a big deal to me, Blofeld.
It's one of those things where, you kind of have an idea that he's playing Blofeld, but they hide it from you, and then they reveal it like it's supposed to be a big surprise, even though it was obvious. I'm more upset that they threw in a stupid, stepbrothers angle to it because it is unnecessary. It's unnecessary depth and connection that didn't need to be there.
Right.
The Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man movies were he was predestined to be Spider-Man or crap like that. It's unnecessary. Or, something like saying that your grandfather was the most evil man in the galaxy who died 4 movies ago.
Well, I don't want to start anything here, Will, but let's move on to something else. Like AJ saying, Bob too is excited for Wonder Woman, right, Bob? Yes. I love the last movie.
You know a movie I'm surprisingly excited for, and I didn't think I would be? Top Gun. And I think it's just because it's very obvious they're using real fighter jets, and Tom Cruise is actually flying them.
Can he do that?
I mean, I know he has his pilot's license, and for Mission Impossible Fallout, he in like less than a year got his helicopter's license and then his helicopter stunt license.
Jesus Christ.
Is supposed to take longer than that.
Well, you know, he's probably just like, how long is it going to take? All right, here's a lot of money. And they're like, all right, we'll sign anywhere. I don't watch a lot of Tom Cruise movies. I mean, the guy's a weird guy.
He's a weird guy. I mean, I
love like the clips from all of his movies. I love the Mission Impossible clips I see. You love Mission Impossible?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I actively go out and seek Tom Cruise movies, but like a lot of the movies he's been in have been excellent. He's made a lot of crap too, but like all of the Mission Impossibles are good. What was it? Top Gun, the original Top Gun is very good. Collateral, which I think is the only movie where he played a villain. Like
that looks awesome.
Great movie. Yeah.
That's the movie where he uses the Nokia that I had, but like the newer version where that like flips out and has the keyboard.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's a weird guy, but he makes good movies, so at least he's not touching kids or anything.
No, he's just promoting a weird religion.
Yeah.
We still in the chat? Yeah, we're in the chat.
Yeah, we're still in the chat.
Zach Stone says, guys, I'm back from Jeopardy. And then he spoils Jeopardy. I don't know if I would read that.
Well, it's not like I'm going to watch a rerun. Who was it? Who won? James won. Oh, podcast guy. So him and Ken are now tied 1-1, I think. They got one more.
I don't know where this is coming from, but Dan Kaz in the chat just says, I didn't say being Jewish is bad. I don't know where that's coming from.
Jeez.
Joseph Alva says, is it bad that I'd rather play with my Switch than hang out with my girl? I think you gotta reevaluate your relationship there.
You're the my girlfriend called me to smash meme personified.
Yes. Listen, sometimes you just want some time to yourself. But if it happens too much, then you got a relationship problem.
Yeah. Now a lot of people talking about Tom Cruise now.
Yeah, we ruined the chat. It's our fault.
Yeah. Charles Quackenbush. Bob, have you heard that the last DLC character for Smash will be the Rocket League car?
I did hear that.
Really? That's real?
That's a real rumor, but that can't possibly be real. I think an assist trophy or an assist trophy. That's it. Yeah. I think at most we're getting an assist trophy of the Rocket League car. That would be awesome. But a whole freaking, I mean, they put Piranha Plant in the game.
Yes.
So they could do a Rocket League car, but
they could.
How?
They'll find a way.
That would be the most out of left field that they could possibly do. But I wonder when we'll actually hear about it. Maybe there'll be another Smash Brothers announcement in a few weeks at the end of January, maybe.
Yeah.
There was an update in Smash Brothers yesterday. There was server maintenance, and then they updated the game. All they did, they took down the online for this update. All they added was amiibo support for Richter and Dark Samus. That's all they did. Which I don't know why they need online support to do that.
Marco Sparatelli. Last week, Will says, I don't like fantasy with a Star Wars shirt on.
Space fantasy is different.
Yes, different. We mean like high fantasy, like your Lord of the Rings, your Harry Potters, your Game of Throneses, things like that. I like Lord of the Rings and some of Harry Potter, but I'm not going to go out of my way to see it like I would like a sci-fi movie or something like that.
Yeah, I don't like we talked about it even then. I don't like fantasy like dragons and wizards and stuff. But I like Destiny, which is sci-fi fantasy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like I think if it's like, medieval times and things like that, that's cool. Maybe I'll check it out or whatnot, but I'm not gonna like rush out to see it. You put like lasers and computer chips in there, then yeah, I'll start to think about it.
Guillermo Reyes says, I haven't been with my girlfriend personally in more than a month because she wants to complete the whole Assassin's Creed series. It's like the journey she has to go through before she can see you again.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long journey. There are a lot of Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
And it's not very rewarding playing those games. All right. Oh, last one. Kevin Stagno, favorite cereal. I'm going to just say Lucky Charms. I don't eat a lot of cereal, but I think that's a great go-to.
Apple Cinnamon Cheerios. I will fight anybody who says otherwise.
That's a good one. That's good.
Yeah.
Honey Nut Cheerios are also good.
Honey Cheerios. I just bought myself Cinnamon Toast Crunch because it's the taste you can see.
All right. Thank you guys for hanging out, everybody.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for chatting with us. As always, Wulff Den Live is every single Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on youtube.com/WulffDen. If you can't make the show for any reason at all, we always put it up as an archive version on Thursday for you to watch on demand whenever you want. If you prefer to listen to us rather than watch us, you can do that as well. We're also an audio podcast on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play, and Stitcher. And if you listen to us on any of those platforms, please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review us because that helps us with placement on those respective stores. Also, if you want to watch just a little bit of Wulff Den Live, or Wulff Den, if you want to watch a little bit of Wulff Den Live, or maybe you want to send a clip to your buddies and whatnot, then head on over to Wulff Den Clips, where our good friend Eric Henley takes this week's episode and cuts it down to bite-sized chunks for your viewing pleasure.
You did a little Elmer Fudd there for a second.
I did.
Guys, head on over to twitch.tv/WulffDen. Oh, the follow button's not there. All right, well, you know what? Pretend this is twitch.tv/WulffDen. Go here and click the little follow button. Make sure the notifications are on so you know when I go live. I usually only go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so you won't get too many notifications. Also, AGDQ is going on right now. You should watch that. Right now they're doing Ocarina of Time right now.
Oh, look at that.
They did Snake Eater before. I missed it. Anyway, yeah. Turn the notifications on tomorrow, Thursday night. I think I might be playing. There's some rumblings that I might be playing Super Mario Royale.
Ooh.
Again. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. Hey, you guys for hanging out. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye.